Hi kids, how are you today? Okay, so I am going to show you how to make salt dough for your landforms project. Now you don't have to make it and you don't have to use this kind. You can use regular clay for your project. What you're going to be doing is building or making your own landforms. So a quick way to make it. You are going to need flour. You are going to need water, which I have in the cup. You're going to need salt. And in the tomorrow I will give you the measuring for all of the ingredients. And you're going to need oil, okay? So I'm going to put my camera down. You also, most importantly, you're going to need a bowl. So I'm going to bring the camera down so that you can see how I do everything. Okay, the first thing you are going to need, okay, let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you are going to need 3 cups of flour. Okay, this is 2 cups. Okay, it's a good way for you to practice measuring. Let me sit down. It's a great way for you to practice measuring. So you fill it up to the 2-cup line, okay? 2 cups. And I still need 1 more cup to equal 3 cups. And you do want to make sure when you put the flour in, to make sure you mush it up, because sometimes there are big chunks. So you want to mush it up a little bit, okay? That's about 1 cup. It's a little more than 1 cup, but it's about a cup. Okay, so you want to put the flour and you want to put the salt first. So you need 1 cup of salt. Here's the salt. I measured it before. This is 1 cup of salt, okay? 1 cup. So you're going to put it into the bowl with the flour. Before you add anything, any water or anything else, this is what you have so far. You want to mix. You want to mix the flour and the salt very well, okay? So let's mix the flour and the salt very well. And when you are done with that, we're going to put in the water. And then that's when the fun part comes in. When you put the water and the oil, then you have to get your hands dirty because you want to mix it all together. So you need 1 cup of water. Okay, so we have 1 cup of water. You're going to put around. Okay, and sometimes you may have to add a little bit of water. You may have to add a little bit of flour, but you want to get a texture like clay. And you're going to add 3 teaspoons of oil. And I'm going to do this right over, just like this. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's all the ingredients you need. Now we have to mix everything together. And remember, you don't want it to be, ooh, it's gonna be mushy. You don't want it to be extra soft. You want it to, so you want to be able to make something out of it, like a landform. So we want to put everything together. Okay. There we go. And you see how it starts clumping all up together. Let me show you. Okay. So it's a little messy, but that's my dog. I'm sorry. So it starts clumping up together. Let me get some more water because it looks like we might need a little more water. I I think I might have put, when I measured out the flour, I probably didn't put enough. So I'm just going to get a little bit of extra water. And I'm going to put it in slowly. Okay, you don't want to just pour the water in. You want to, I'm going to put a little bit first because it may not need too much, okay? And I'm going to add a little bit at a time because I probably just needed a little tiny bit. Okay, but it starts looking like clay and you want everything. There should be nothing left in the bowl. Okay, I'm gonna add some more water. Okay, and if you end up putting too much water, you just add a little bit of flour to soak it up. Okay, and this is called kneading. You have to knead, okay, which is like fold over the clay. So we're going to be folding over and everything should come off of the bowl. Okay, everything is going to, if you can see, the bowl is becoming clear. Everything is sticking together. Okay, it'll come off your fingers. Okay, I'm gonna need just a little more water because I still have some flour in there. And I'm going to use my muscles. Okay, so the new word is kneading. You're folding it together, okay? So that you can make your landforms. And it picks up everything in the bowl, okay? So you keep on, and it has a cool, it feels cool. Okay, so you should have something like this. Okay, you should have some clay. And then you want to get, you can use a plate, you can use a card. I'm going to use a cardboard box. So you put that to the side. And then you get your cardboard box, okay? So I'm going to use one that looks like this, okay? And I'm going to build right on it. So maybe what I have in mind, I'm going to build maybe some mountains, okay? So you take it and you kind of just start creating so that it looks like a mountain, okay? So I'm gonna put this there. So I'm gonna start putting this so that it looks like a little mountain. Okay, you might wanna create hills, anything you want. You can put it together like this, okay? Look, little pieces. So we're gonna create little mountains. Okay, and you know that mountains have a peak. So you want to make sure that your mountains have a peak. Okay, it should be as pointy as possible up top. It's a little difficult to make pointy, but you can try. It might be a little rounded, but we're gonna try. Okay, you might want to build a canyon. Okay, so here are my mountains. Okay, I'm going to show you, and it sticks right to the cardboard. Here are my mountains. Okay, then you might want to do a hill. You may want to do some water. You may want to do anything you want, but you're going to have at least 4 landforms, okay? At least 4 landforms. So you can draw canyons with mountains, you can draw an island, okay? We have learned for a few weeks now about landforms. And we also learned about bodies of water. So you want to include, make sure you have the landforms, and if you'd like, you can include some bodies of water. So maybe there is some water coming off from the ice caps from the mountains, okay? So I'm going to do like a stream almost, coming out from where the mountains are. And I'm going to just stretch it, okay, to give the idea of water, okay? And then I'm going to stretch it out. Okay, so now I have my little bit of water, okay? And this is our own model. And scientists use models for a lot of things, which I will show in the presentation. They have models of the earth to have an idea of how much of the earth is water, how much of it is land. Scientists use models of airplanes. The airplanes look smaller, but it's just a smaller version of what they will actually build. And that's how they learn all about aircrafts and airplanes. Okay, so scientists use models for all kinds of things. We're going to use a model of landforms, and you're going to describe it. You're going to name your own little landforms. I think I will call this mountain Lopez Mountain. What do you think? I think Lopez Mountain sounds good. Or maybe I will call it Lopez Town. And then I'll have different names for my landforms. So now I have a mountain, I have a stream. Now, what you are going to do is you're going to get some toothpicks and you want to do this when it is still soft, okay? And you have to label your landforms. So you're going to put a little paper and it's going to say mountain. And I am going to stick this toothpaste right here. And out from this toothpick, okay? So I stuck my toothpick in there. And on this toothpick at the top, I'm going to make some little signs. And this one is going to say mountain, okay? I think, for some extra points, I think I'm going to put a toothpick on this one. And I will put that it's a stream. Or maybe it turns into a river, okay? So I'm going to put a stick there. And then I will show you how to put the label on it. But you definitely want to put the toothpicks in when the clay is still soft. Okay, once you're done with 4 landforms, and once you're done putting your toothpicks in, you have to let it dry overnight, okay? Once you have let it dry overnight, it will get hard, okay? And once it's hard, I'm going to let it dry tonight, and then tomorrow I will show you what we can do, because we can paint it, we can do many things. One thing I wanted to add, when you are done with your clay, you can divide up your clay, okay? Maybe you want to do like half and half. You can add food coloring. So maybe I would break up this part and I would add a little, I don't have any food coloring, but I would add a little bit of food coloring and like blue, and put it in. And then this part would be blue. So anything that I wanted to make water will be water. This one I would probably make green. Any landforms that have green in it, I can use the clay that's green. So if you have food coloring, you can definitely use it. If you don't have food coloring, it's okay. I'm going to show you what we can do. So I'm going to finish my landforms, and then I will show you what it looks like dry, and then I will show you other things you can use. You do not have to use this. If all you have is paper, you can use paper. You can use colored pencils. You can draw it. Okay, there are many things we can do. I just thought this would be fun to make your own clay and to make the landforms, okay? So I will see you guys in science class. I will give you all the information you need for the project, and let's have some fun.